Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. So the thing is this. Conor Benn and Eubank Jr. are going to be getting it on. Already talked about. They're going to be fighting at a catch weight of 157 pounds. Majority of people feel that Eubank Jr. is going to walk through Conor Benn. Easily outbox him, and if he chooses, to walk him down. Now, I don't think it's going to be that easy, but I do have Eubank Jr. winning. But it's something that got my attention. And it makes sense. It really does. Now, not sure if you're a Eubank Jr. fan, if you're a Conor Benn fan, if you watch UK boxing, or you're just strictly stateside, or you're strictly over in the UK. But a real boxing fan, doesn't matter what side of the world you're on, you like boxing. In addition, real boxing fans understand that the puncher always has a chance. The puncher always has a chance. And for those of you who are saying, you know what, skills pay the bills. You're right. There's nobody wrong in this conversation. And I'm not trying to start an argument. What I am telling you is there's a reason why Floyd Mayweather, the master boxer, really the smaller man going in against Maidana, but there's a reason why, and if I remember correctly, I think it was the REYES glove, he did not want Marcos Maidana to wear those damn REYES gloves. There's a reason why. Okay, because those are considered the puncher's glove. There's some other brand of gloves out there that are considered a puncher's glove. Adrian Broner went on to say, when he fought Marcos Maidana, no one really gave him much credit for fighting Marcos Maidana the way he fought him, which is basically toe-to-toe and going punch for punch. Adrian Broner had great moments in that fight, but we all know what happened, okay? He basically got beat down. But he did have moments. But Floyd Mayweather fought Maidana twice. And Floyd Mayweather told Adrian Broner, he's like, man, I didn't give you enough credit for that defeat to Maidana. He told Broner, he's like, that MFer hit so hard and hurt me so many times in that fight. He was like, I don't see how in the world you stood in front of him the way you did and took those shots like you did. He was like, that guy is a monster. This is what Floyd Mayweather told Adrian Broner. He's like, after fighting him, he was like, I have that much more respect for you as a fighter. He was like, because that guy hurt. He was a lot of profanity, but he was like, that MFer hurt me. So you say, okay, well, why all the backstory about Floyd, Broner, Maidana, the gloves? Well, because you talk about a master boxer like Floyd, who arguably the best defensive fighter in boxing, but Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn, the way Conor Benn is choosing to counteract the size advantage and maybe the boxing experience against a guy like Eubank Jr., who is a very clever boxer, and he has looked very good. He looked exceptionally. He's looked exceptional under the tutelage of Roy Jones Jr. Conor Benn is planning to counteract all of the advantages that Eubank Jr. has by coming in there with the puncher's glove, the REYES gloves. And he is saying, you know what? He's gonna box. He's gonna move. I understand that. But I'm coming in there to knock him out. I'm not coming there to try to outbox him. I'm not coming to float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm coming to bring damage, and I'm coming to knock him out. So he's working on cutting off the ring and applying consistent, intelligent pressure to cause Eubank Jr. to make a mistake, showboat, or do something flamboyant, which he's known to do in fights, and be prepared to counteract him, to act quickly, and to basically get him out of there with one shot, because Conor Benn has the power to do it. The thing is this: if Eubank Jr. decides to come in with the REYES gloves, then Conor Benn has a problem, because I anticipate Eubank Jr. to land more shots. And if he's boxing with the puncher's glove too, the guy who's landing the most shots has the most experience, better ring IQ, speed, etc., etc. He more than likely going to have the advantage in the fight and could hurt and get Conor Benn out of there within 6. Conor Benn has been hurt before. Eubank Jr., he's been zapped, but we've seen Conor Benn hurt. And fighting a guy like Eubank Jr., especially if they're wearing the puncher's gloves, Conor Benn could be in serious trouble. But at the same time, so can Eubank Jr. So I was sitting here having this discussion with some friends of mine, and I saw this picture pop up, and I was like, damn, that looks like Eubank Jr. This picture that I have posted here, man. And I said, this is just an eerie photo. And just talk about the timing of coming across this photo, where it really resembles Eubank Jr. And I was like, you know what? The way he looks, and all this talk about the REYES gloves, I'm like, could this be a sign of what's to come? So I added the photo of Conor Benn to it, but this is actually a photo of Rocky Marciano, where he was delivering what they call the final punch to the near helpless champion Joe Louis in about 1951. But looking at this image, doesn't the face of that boxer look like Eubank Jr.? And that is what he could look like if he chooses not to use the puncher's glove. He allows Conor Benn to come in with the puncher's glove, and Conor Benn can apply that intelligent pressure and let go of those hard shots. We know Conor Benn does not come to play. He's very aggressive. He's on the front foot. He's coming forward. That could be his downfall. At the same time, that could be what gives him the edge of the fight, and what could lead him to probably the biggest victory in his family's career. I'm talking about his dad too. For him to actually come in there against the Eubank last name and get the W. So I just wanted to give you guys this short video about these guys. I am interested to see what's going to happen, but it looks like Conor Benn didn't take likely to the things Eubank Jr. was saying. He was telling Conor Benn, your dad's not here, but I'm going to be a father figure in his absence. And, just to me, hey, you know what? That's what makes the fight sell, the back and forth talk. But I just think when you start talking about people's families, man, problems happen. So anyway, Conor Benn had obviously touched the nerve. So he's like, okay, you're going to liquidate me. You're going to execute me. You're going to be a public execution. No problem. Well, I need to go out here and figure out a way to kind of bridge the gap and counteract whatever he's bringing to the ring. So let me come in there with my puncher's gloves and be ready at every opportunity he presents to me with his flamboyancy and his his egotistical ways. And let me be ready to get him out of there when he makes the mistake, be ready to capitalize. So that being said, man, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'm looking forward to this fight, but I think I have a feeling the way it's supposed to work out, right? Eubank Jr., the bigger man. A good big man always beats a good small man, right? But this puncher glove stuff, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. So we'll see what happens. But that being said, y'all keep cool. Appreciate the support, and I'm in the breeze.